Da ste ograničeni vremenom, biste li pogodili koji je ovo grad? Koliko ideja vam je palo na pamet kad ste vidjeli ovaj prizor? O metodama mozganja govorit ćemo kasnije u prilogu, ali zasad otkrivamo da je riječ o Strasbourgu u Francuskoj, luci na rijeci Rajni, gradu udaljenom svega nekoliko kilometara od njemačke granice. Strasbourg je također i sjedište Europskog parlamenta, a televizija Student je pozvana da sudjeluje u događanju koje za mlade organizira Europski parlament. To je European Youth Event. Sudjelovali smo na programu za novinare pod nazivom European Generation Media Lab.
With the Media Lab, the program for the journalists was focused on first teaching journalists about how the European Union works, what are the European Parliament services up for the journalists, and then put them in contact with some MEPs. So we thought that it was a good moment that they could speak with some MEPs about the citizens panels, that they could speak with some MEPs about the Green Deal, because it's one of the issues that interest mainly young people.
Inside the decision-making process, that's completely different.
Europski parlament svjestan je da se glas mladih treba čuti, a za to su potrebni educirani novinari. Oni čine svojevrsni kanal za komunikaciju s mladima u aktualnim temama, pa tako i o vijestima iz Europske unije, pa i onda kada se one čine kompliciranima.
We tend to see European information quite dry and quite complicated, so for us it was important to make things a bit more simple and to make these young journalists to understand that there are ways to communicate about European affairs in a good way and with a lot of help from us, because we have a lot of services that can help you communicating with this.
Prisustvovalo je oko 50-ak novinara iz zemalja članica Europske unije.
So my experience here is amazing. I'm really enjoying the atmosphere here in the European Parliament, hanging out with all these young people, young journalists that have amazing ideas.
We could meet with MEPs and ask them some questions. And second, the workshop on brainstorming. During this workshop, I realized that my team also has some problems with sharing ideas.
When you're lobbying, you have a set of tools, basically.
Radionica How to Brainstorm ili kako razraditi ideju bila je podijeljena u dva dijela. Prvo smo naučili tehniku korištenja vremenskog pritiska kao kidača za proizvodnju ideja. Trebali smo izvući što više ideja u vremenskom ograničenju od 4 minute.
Usually people would get between 5 and 15 ideas. The average would be about 10 ideas once they get used to it. So that's the first phase, extract as many ideas as possible.
And finally on the right side you have the count seal. Okay, the count seal.
Nakon što smo stavili naše ideje na papir, razvrstali smo ih s obzirom na dva ključna faktora, isplativost i količina utjecaja.
What it allows people to do, whether journalists or any creative professional, people who are paid to produce new content, is to first have many more options than if they didn't do the exercise, stop the routine and pattern of doing the same thing again and again. And secondly, choosing fast which ones are the best. Once you know the best, usually you do the work much faster as well.
Cilj ovih radionica jest omogućiti novinarima da se upoznaju s radom Europskog parlamenta, te koje im sve usluge on nudi.
The best testimonial for that, I think, is most people who came here discovered that services and resources and products they wanted to use were already existing. The problem is that the institutions are massive. There are more than 50,000 people working for the institutions, and lots of services are just created and never really well communicated, so people do not learn that they exist.
Nakon ovih nekoliko minuta mozganja možemo zaključiti jedno. Mjesta za napredak uvijek ima, ali uz ovo iskustvo korak smo bliže.